in my last shot where I solved this problem, I jumped from plus or minus 12 is equal to y minus 3 to have y is equal to 15 or y equals minus 9. And a lot of people were like, wait, where did this 12 come from? Let's fix that today, step by step. We are finding a missing coordinate, but not by memorizing a formula. We are going to visualize it. So we are given a point, 2 and 3. And another point where only the x value is known. So for us to move from this point to this point, first we move across. So we move across from when x equals 2 to x equals 7. This point here is going to be when x equals 7 and y equals 3. But this is not the final point. The actual point is somewhere above or below. That is, we either move vertically upwards or vertically downwards to meet this point 7 and y. For now, we are going to choose one direction. We are going to move upwards. So if we move upwards, we are going to have 7 and we have y as the unknown. We are given the distance as 13, so we draw a diagonal, and which is the distance. So we have a right triangle now. So from x equals 2 to x equals 7 is a jump of 5 units. And from when y equals 3 to when y equals y is a jump of y minus 3. This vertical distance here is what we are to solve. So let's apply Pythagoras to find this missing vertical distance. The diagonal, which is the distance to be 13, we have the horizontal distance h to be 5 units, and we have the vertical distance which we are to find as y minus 3. We're going to have it as 5 square plus y minus 3 square is equal to 13 square. So this gives us 25 plus y minus 3 square equals 169. We're going to subtract 25 from both sides. We have y minus 3 square is equal to 169 minus 25. Y minus 3 square is equal to 144. So we find the square root of y minus 3 square is equal to, because we are finding the square root of both sides, you must include your plus or minus sign, 144. So this square, we take out the square root, we have y minus 3 is equal to, what multiplies itself to give us 144 is 12 times 12. So we have plus or minus 12. So this vertical distance here is equal to 12. But remember, we made one assumption, that is to follow one direction, which is going up. So if we decide to go up, it's going to be 12. And if we decide to go down, it's going to be negative 12. And that is why you have plus or minus 12 in your answer. So if we decide to go up, we're going to have it as y is equal to 12 plus 3. And this will give us the value of y to be 15. Or if we decide to go down, we're going to have it as y is equal to minus 12 plus 3. And this will give us y is equal to minus 9. So you see, same distance but different directions. Now let's understand why we get two answers. See, what we just solved here actually hides a circle. Let me explain. Let's assume this is the center of the circle. And point 2 and 3 is fixed. And every point we are looking for is 13 units away from this point. So the distance is given to us as 13. So let's say we have this point 13 units away. other point you see on this circle is exactly 13 units away. All these points that are 13 units away from this point form a circle. So distance doesn't just give a point, it gives many possible points. But our focus here is we are looking for a point that is exactly 13 units away from this point and is where x equals 7. So we are moving from when x equals 2 now to when x equals 7. Remember, we are not looking for all points. We are only looking for the point that is 13 units away from this fixed point and is where x equals 7. So to get that point, we draw a vertical line. This vertical line from where x equals 7 intersects the circle at 2 points. We have one up here and one down here. So this explains exactly why we got two answers for this missing coordinate. So this point up here is when we have x equals 7 and y equals 15. And here is when x equals 7 and y equals minus 9. If you understood this first one, this next one should feel easy. Don't mind the fraction. We are going to use same idea, but this time I will be a bit faster. Just follow the pattern. So we have half and 2, and we have a distance of 5 with a second point with an unknown value of x. So we can choose to either move towards the left or move towards the right. So we're picking one direction first by moving towards the right. So we move across. This becomes x and 2. Then move upwards vertically. At this point, we have x and 5. From a jump of half to x, this is the distance we do not know. It's going to be x minus 1 over 2. Then this vertical distance is a jump of 3 units. So we have the diagonal to be equal to 5 units. We have the vertical distance to be equal to 3. And the horizontal distance h is equal to x minus 1 over 2. So this is going to give us 3 squared plus x minus 1 over 2 squared is equal to 5 squared. So this gives us 9 plus x minus 1 over 2 squared is equal to 25. Subtract 9 from both sides. We have x minus 1 over 2 squared is equal to 16. We find the square root of both sides to eliminate this square. And 1 multiplied to set to give us 16 is 4. So this is going to give us x minus 1 over 2 is equal to plus or minus 4. Recall that we mentioned that we can either choose to go further left or move towards the right. So we move towards the right. If we decide to move towards the right, the value of x is going to give us x is equal to 4 plus 1 over 2. We simplify to have x equals 9 over 2. Or we move towards the left to have x is equal to minus 4 plus 1 over 2. We have x is equal to minus 7 over 2. See, you don't need to memorize any formula. Once you can see the triangle, you can solve the problem. If this made sense to you, then you are ready for the next step, which is finding the midpoint between two coordinates. But before then, if you missed how distance works from the beginning, watch this video next to understand the foundation. I am Math Easy. Let's keep making math easy.